Yes, it is time. Once we go to our room, it'll be time to begin the seemingly final battle, but at the very least, the final Arcana Shadow battle. But before this begins, I might just want to go to the arcade. Also gives us an idea of what we're fighting for, given all the apathy syndrome victims around. You'll all be saved soon, I promise. Mondays, I'm pretty sure this is the punching bag, and I have just the right persona for it. Yep, let's boost Thor's strength a little bit. It will actually come in handy, because I'm definitely going to be using Thor for this fight. Like I said though, you're gonna want to have a variety of different things on hand, because... Anyway, and yes, I'm glad for this. This thing does, in fact, act as if tomorrow is the final battle. They actually give you whatever you brought from Tanaka right now. So you don't have to worry about this not coming until afterwards. So, I do like that. I do like that quite a lot. Because, like, with the social links, they made it obvious there's more left to the game, but if they were going to go even further down that route, they'd have what you bought from the show not come, but it actually does come before the full moon, so you do get a chance to use it just before the boss, which is great. And so, today... yeah, we're going to stay home to conserve strength. I'm sure school would be totally okay with... well, I mean, they know what we're doing, but, yeah. I mean, missing one day of school's not really that big a thing in the long run. Unless you make a habit of it, but... really, you know, people get sick all the time.
I found it. It's currently at the south end of the Moonlight Bridge.
Hey, remember that bridge the people were actually talking about recently? So yeah, obviously it's the location of the final shadow fight.
The 12th and final shadow.
This is it.
And as we expected, there are 2 persona users nearby. Strega.
They know this is their last chance. Even though we were expecting this, we should still be careful.
Those bastards.
Saves us the trouble of looking for him.
You've all done a fine job up to this point. This will be our last operation. Let's all come back safely.
It's finally here. Yes, we will not only have to fight the Shadow, we're also going to have to fight Strega as well, finally. And because we'll be fighting Strega, I've got a pretty good idea of what team I want to use for this fight. I am definitely going to want to bring both Ken and Akihiko for this. And while I'm at it, I might as well make a full Team Shinjiro and bring Koromaru. Now, this might sound very, very strange, because I kept saying before how Koromaru isn't good in boss fights, but there is a good reason why I'll be bringing Koromaru here. He's actually not that bad for this fight, surprisingly. Though it's not really due to his abilities, it's due to his resistances. Anyway, we've got a lot of good equipment. Does Ken really need the massive defense? Not really. Evade fire. Okay, I might want to save that for Mitsuru. Ken does tend to stumble quite a bit, so I'm going to equip that. Mage's Mark, let's see. Flame Charm is actually not bad. I guess I could give that to Akihiko sometime. Although, Berserker's Seal, So we will have to deal with a lot of physical attacks, but not quite yet. Strega are more magically inclined, let's just say. So let's sort out Akihiko's equipment. And I think I might as well give him... yeah, let's not have him in an alternate costume. Let's not kill the mood here. And that is... okay, that's absolutely nothing. I mean, I would say I guess this is at least an improvement, but he's immune to that anyway, so I don't know. There's not really that much I can give him. Do like the space badge, though, although I also would quite like the Berserker's Seal on him. But I'm going to save the Berserker's Seal for later, actually, and I think I have better... yes, I do! I have a much better fist item. I have the Titanic Knuckles. Now I'm just imagining Knuckles that are actually giant ships that punch things. Anyway, I'm sure I bought Koromaru a better dog suit recently. I'm not sure if I did or not, but that was kind of contradicting myself, but let's see. No, I did not. Okay, I still have just the light dog suit, bear paws. I did buy him a better weapon, though, the sword breaker, so let's give him that. And let's see, Mage's Mark. What do we got here? Huh, just realized something. Well, Sigma's drive is kind of... Actually, if no one's got the Wizard's Mark, might as well. He does tend to use Archidyne quite a bit in these fights. Though I don't want him to be using it all that much in the first battle. So, I'm going to have them for the moment. I'll sort out everyone else's equipment later, probably. I think I'm ready with everyone here. So, what do you got to say, Akutsuki? Yep, we'll be careful. Oh yeah, of course, I knew I was forgetting something. And that something is, I'm going to go ahead and not do that. I will equip that on Junpei, but not just yet. Do I have anything? I do have that, which is technically better than this Mother Saver. I'm going to go for that then. And also, I'm going to go ahead and equip the Spirit Braces on Gary Stu, because that is great. It saves me from one game over, which is going to be very useful. Even though I don't want to speak too soon, but I kind of doubt I'll need it here. Let's do it. Seize, move out. It's time. Time to settle things with Strega once and for all. And as much as Ken's subplot did teach us that revenge is bad, I gladly make an exception on these two. Takaya, you are going down.
You know the significance of today, do you not?
Yes, I do. Today is the day where I finally get to kick your ass.
You claim you hunt the shadows to prevent the disaster they bring. Yet countless lives are lost each day without their intervention.
Still going on with this completely stupid logic. But we have the power to save the lives that are threatened by these shadows. The fact that people die every day is not an excuse to ignore a threat that we are able to stop.
The power we wield is not itself evil. You cannot deny that.
Yes, that is true, but it's completely irrelevant to what you're arguing.
So, why don't you just admit it? You do not wish to eliminate the Dark Hour. You are merely deceiving yourselves.
Yeah, you know what? Shut up.
Look within yourselves, and you shall see.
You are sounding an awful lot like a Persona 4 Shadow, but I highly doubt anyone here actually feels what you're saying.
You are indeed foolish children.
Look who's talking.
Erasing the Dark Hour is the same as erasing yourselves.
And by this point, he's completely lost all sense of logic.
Is even that beyond your comprehension?
Like, I mean, I guess in a way the Dark Hour is essentially the shadow of real life, but...
As I believed, our goals are irreconcilable. Jin.
Forget these maggots.
Fate shall decide who will prevail.
Well, that's kind of appropriate, considering that Takaya is in fact Fortune Arcana.
Come.
Gladly. Let's finish this right now! That battle backdrop is amazing.
These two are serious. Fight hard.
So, we've got Jin and Takaya to face off against. Finally, after all this time, we actually get to fight Strega. And they're pretty pathetic overall.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
Like, I know of a lot of ways that I could really cheese this fight, one of which is having Carla use Revolution and then just spamming Thor's physical attacks. I can wipe them out in a couple of turns with this strategy, but I'm going to at least give them a bit of time to show off what they can do. I'm going to switch to Cert, because Cert is actually resistant to quite a bit of things that they can do here. Deathbound's going to be kind of useful too, and I've got Power Charge as well. Mantaro Kaja, you know what, I might as well open with this, actually. Although, firstly, as much as I'd like, You know what? Okay, firstly,
Try that.
as much as I think these two are perfectly eager to smash Takaya's face in, I would like to get some debuffs in here. Oh, right, of course, Thor. Right, that was silly. Yeah, so I've already got that up, so... Let's just... I don't want to wreck them too soon, but might as well go for this. Okay, Ken, please don't fall over like you did good. My practice run at this, Ken fell over twice while attempting to attack him. Sadly, Akihiko hasn't learned Maraku Unda just yet.
Careful, the enemy's strong against light.
So, as always, Strega, like all bosses, are totally immune to light and dark, except they actually repel some of them, which is kind of meaningless, since why would you even use light and dark on a boss anyway? Jin repels fire, though. You might want to remember this detail, because it will cause something later on to be particularly interesting, but that's for much, much later. But anyway, Jin mainly specializes in, that's kind of weird that it says fortune. I actually thought that he was hermit, or Hank. That's interesting. Anyway, so, Jin has mainly fire and darkness attacks as his specialties. That's why I brought Koromaru here. Koromaru is immune to both those elements. He's not really that much of a threat overall. Especially if you have Koromaru.
Now you shall be judged. Death silences fools.
So, there's Takaya's persona.
There's no cure for stupidity.
I'm so sorry, but you really don't have the right to be saying something like that. Hey, I'm going to absorb a grenade and heal myself. Yeah, so, strangely enough, Jin's basic attacks are fire elemental from his grenades,
Give me a sec. I'll scan
and
the
you
target.
can render them completely useless by using a fire immune persona. That's actually pretty hilarious. I want to make sure that I get the scan off on Takaya before I can very easily end this fight, but, anyway. So, Takaya's persona is Hypnos, the Greek god of sleep. He uses pretty much every single element, so you better be prepared for anything when it comes to him. So yeah, these two are not that tough overall. They go down pretty quickly. They are basically just regular humans with personas. They're not too different from us overall, so kinda makes sense they wouldn't be able to take as much punishment as an Eldritch Abomination.
Watch it. Light won't work on the enemy.
So yeah, Takaya repels light, but again, why the heck would you use light in this fight? That makes absolutely no sense. He has the Dine spells and the Spread spells of every element, so he's pretty versatile. And yes, his actual arcana is the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune arcana characters in the series do tend to like revolvers.
It appears you have more than just luck on your side. So be it.
Case in point as to how weak these guys are, in my practice run I finished this fight before I even said this. Okay, yeah, so there's Garodine. I don't think anybody here's weak to that actually, so that's good. I should probably heal Koromaru though.
Oh, you're gonna pay for this.
Tarakata. Okay, so we're seeing his persona in action. Jin's persona is Moros, the Greek god of doom. Kind of fitting for these two. But we didn't get much of a glimpse of it there. Moros' design in this game has quite a lot of symbolism, mainly that... I'm just wondering if I have any... I'm just going to go ahead and use a healing item on Koromaru here. I'm kind of stalling out... Well, I mean, you know, there's actually no real need to stall this fight any longer, actually. We've pretty much got the general idea. Jin's gonna be gone soon. One more hit should do it, actually. You know what, if I put him in rush mode...
Son of a bitch!
There we go! Well, there goes my source of healing. Takaya, just you and us now. And now Koromaru can freely use Archidine, because Takaya's not immune to that.
I never imagined that your power would rival ours.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I think you're selling us very short when you say rival.
Astonishing. Perhaps I misjudged your strength.
And I think we overjudged your strength. You're still spamming Garodine. I think I was saying, yeah, so Moros's head looks kind of like a spinning top. It's like the fact that the top will inevitably one day fall over and stop spinning, which fits in with Moros being the god of doom and thus inevitable ends. Now let's see. So Surd is not as useful against, though. Who goes next? Okay, so here's the ideal situation. This reduces his defense to just, not defense, HP to just low enough that Ken gets the finishing blow here. I would like either Ken or Akihiko to finish this, because that's just only fitting. Okay, rush now. Okay, either one of them is getting it, provided they don't miss.
This can't be.
Over dramatic, fainting animation. Anyway, that's it. We have avenged Shinjiro. It's over. Well, at least the prelude. The real fight is just beginning. They do give a lot of experience, though, for bosses that aren't all that tough. Oh, hey, Hammer Boost. That would have been completely useless to us in that last fight because he completely repels light. I hate to... Yeah, don't use that on them. That would be really stupid. So anyway... So here's the thing. I would say that now that I've learned all of his skills, I don't need Growth 3, but that'd still give him a lot of good experience. So now that I have Diarahan, I don't think I need Diorama. Nope, 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 nope. That was the very reason that I did not get rid of, that I got rid of Diorama, so yeah.
Damn it! Is their power that different than ours?
Well, we've been spending a long time maxing our social links and stuff, and you probably don't have any, except with each other, and even then they'd probably be really low. So yeah, your personas quite rightly suck.
Different.
Except...
For us, it's not that simple. It has to be forced out.
they're referring to something a little different here. While it does look like Jin still uses an evoker, if you looked at Takaya's battle animations, he falls to his knees and clutches his head in pain whenever he summons his.
Didn't your pal tell you?
So it was you who was giving Shinji those pills.
Of course, the player has known this since the beginning due to, the meanwhile in the dark alley scenes.
You guys don't have the slightest clue what will happen if the Dark Hour disappears, do you?
I mean, granted, do you? Because, I mean, it hasn't disappeared yet, so we'll never really know what will happen if it does.
It won't matter for normal people, since they don't remember anything anyway. But for us...
That's enough. Now then, ordinarily we'd withdraw, but not tonight. This body, as ephemeral as it is worthless without my power. Therefore, only one choice remains. I shall prove my existence here and now.
You do realize that's not an evoker, right? I think that's the point, actually.
What are you doing?
Don't be so reckless!
Well, one time I actually agree with them.
Jin?
Sorry, but those are your words, not mine. You win. Looks like you'll get your wish.
Huh, maybe you are more reasonable than he is.
Go do what you came for.
Wait!
I'd rather die than surrender to you.
Wait, I take that back.
Take a good look. This is how we live.
Well, what was the point of stopping him from shooting himself if you went and did that? Okay, then.
They jumped.
What the hell were they thinking?
They chose their own fate. Don't let it faze you.
The operation has only begun.
Yeah, we can't let this distract us. Still
Our
got a real
true
fight.
adversary is waiting. Focus on that, all right?
So we've actually got a sneak preview of the boss right there, and thankfully we do get fully healed after that fight, so that's nice. Now, we do have the opportunity to change our party, which is really good. And I'm going to completely change it just to maximize the experience I get from this, but also because, well, I want to use a lot of different people here. So now we're going to be using... The annoying thing about this is that you have, yeah, one more party member than the number that you can use in both fights. So you're going to have one person who... At least one person will always sit this out. But I'm going to go ahead and bring Yukari, but first I'm going to have to... Let's see. I should probably switch over some of the equipment. You know what? Do I have a better bow than that? No, I don't. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to actually just go ahead and off-camera switch around the equipment on some of the characters that I'm not currently using. So I'll see you back here once I've done that. Oh, wow, I forgot about Ken's quote here. Okay, I was going to give Yukari the Wizard's Mark, and then I realized I actually kind of like that counter item on her at the moment. So, anyway. Gonna bring Yukari here, but first I'm going to switch her to better armor than that. Plus 30 HP is not bad, though. Plus 3 agility. Okay, you know what? I'm going to keep that for the plus 30 HP. I'm not sure if mathematically that defense with plus 30 HP is better than higher defense but without the plus 30 HP. It probably is now that I think about it. So anyway, this is it. And because of that, I will finally get rid of that katana on you and give you a better one. And I will also give you... Resist Slash is not all that useful here. Evade Strike is actually very useful here. And as much as the Wind Charm is normally useful, I mean, it would have been pretty useful in that last fight, I'm going to go ahead and give you the second Berserker's Seal. So, you're going to join the party. Yukari's going to join the party. And as for the final party member, both Aigis and Mitsuru definitely have a lot of reasons to be here, but I feel like this is the final full moon shadow. This is the last of Mitsuru's grandfather's mess. So I feel like she should be here to finish this. And for that, I'm actually going to be giving her the main Gaunch. But yes, I do feel like she really should be in this fight. Oh, okay then. Why did you get rid of the max safety shoes? Please tell me that whatever you equipped is better. Cyber shoes. Okay, those didn't give any... Okay, so good. What you did equip was better. Except I should probably give you Evade Fire. And definitely need better armor than that. I could probably give you a counter item as well, though I do like the Varuna Braces. And you need a better weapon, you need the main Gaunch, and yep, I need you in this fight right now. And so with that, it's time to move out. So, Fuga doesn't really give that much information here. She just says that it hasn't moved yet. And in order to start this fight, we actually need to move further in the bridge. Let's just hope we don't smash any of these cars here, otherwise people are going to be asking questions after the dark hour ends. So, this is our last opponent, is a bunch of statues? And this grotesque thing.
This is it. I'll do everything in my power to help you. Just promise me that you'll be careful.
Let's go, one last fight. The final Arcana Shadow. This is the Arcana Hanged Man. The Hanged Man Arcana represents self-sacrifice. And we'll be...
That floating thing is your main target, but...
We'll be seeing how that plays into the symbolism of its reversed Arcana during this battle.
It's out of your attack range. Give me a minute. I'll see what I can find out.
Once again, we can't attack the main boss. Instead, we've just got these statues. These statues all have individual scans, but they're probably going to be destroyed before we get a chance to scan them all.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
I'm going to go ahead and equip Thor for this fight, because Thor's actually really good for it. Means I actually lost my... I probably should have had Thor equipped in the first place, so I could have used Auto Matara. But anyway, so I'm going to be immediately going for a power charge, because you want to take out all the statues at once. Mainly to stop your party members from being stupid.
Help me!
Okay, thankfully none of the statues is actually wind aligned. So there's a fire statue and a Lek statue,
Ice won't work on this
and
one.
that would be the ice statue, appropriate there. So, of course, they're all immune to light and dark, but they're also immune to their element. And I'm kind of glad that I got that one scanned before Mitsuru had a turn. Well, that's one statue down. This thing does not seem to like its statues being destroyed. It also looks like it's summoning something. Now, powerful spread moves are a really great thing to have in this battle.
It summoned another shadow.
Oh, nice one. Good thing I... Actually, I was about to say good thing I gave her those braces, and then I just realized... Oh, not braces, the...
For some reason, those statues feel similar to that floating shadow. They must be related somehow.
Well, it's pretty obvious that if we destroy all of them, the main boss will come down. What I was saying is, though that leg wear actually didn't have an effect because it didn't say dodge fire there. So, this boss's main tactic is to summon these devious Mayas.
Give me a sec.
These
I'll
are
scan the
Hanged
target.
Man Arcana Maya enemies, the first time we're seeing them, and they won't really be apparent in their role until, well, hopefully I don't let them fulfill their main role, let's just say. Because their main role is really, really bad. But they can be taken out pretty easily with power charge spread moves. That can also take out the statues pretty easily.
It's within reach. Attack!
So naturally,
Enemies down. Let's finish this.
taking out the statues is the best way to draw out this cowardly foe.
My hand.
So yeah, the Hangman Arcana represents self-sacrifice. Reverse, though, it represents someone who's unwilling to sacrifice themselves and instead would rather hide behind others and have others sacrifice themselves for them.
I summon thee.
The Hangman Arcana prefers to literally hang back and just summon other things to fight for it. But when it does fight, it has this thing, God's Hand, which missed Junpei completely because, well, actually, not because of that dodge strike. So, this is actually why I love bringing Thor here, because hopefully you might see something hilarious involving Thor, but I'm going to go ahead and scan the boss.
Scan the target.
A lot of scans to get through in this fight, actually, because, yeah, this one's quite involved, being the supposedly final boss. I'm going to go ahead and put up Mataru Kaja. I should just realized, Yukari, heal. Definitely heal. I'm going to go and put this up. I need Yukari to be topping off our physical attack HP, because we're going to be needing that to spam those really powerful moves. This boss has a lot of HP, like a lot of HP, so this fight takes quite a while, but if you do this right, it doesn't actually
Careful, the enemy's strong against light.
get much of a chance to attack you. Its actual moveset is deceptively small, actually, and I was totally wrong about its level before, it's actually 54. But yeah, deceptively quite small. Its main thing is powerful strike attacks, which Thor is immune to, so that's pretty funny if you equip Thor. The main annoying thing that it can do, though, is summon, and if you keep killing off its summons, it has a tendency to try and summon more, and thus waste its turns. Okay, it's going for God's Hand Spam. Wow, you are really not having a good night. So yeah, this thing actually hits really hard if it does hit, but I'm not too worried about that, because Thor is immune to it completely. I'm not sure how long you'll be staying here before you go back up. I'm gonna go ahead and power charge anyway. Because, yeah, we're gonna have to eat through this HP as fast as we can. It's not a particularly interesting fight once you figure out the main ways that it works.
Obey my command.
It's mostly just a damage sponge. How do you miss something that big? And yeah, you're summoning. That is pretty much a completely free turn because I can kill those in one shot. And you do want to kill these summons in one shot if possible, because in fitting with the reversed Hangman Arcana, this guy can force his minions to self-destruct themselves. And that's redundant, but anyway, to self-destruct and damage you. So, obviously, playing into the reverse Hangman, how it would rather sacrifice others for it than sacrifice itself. So we're going to stop it from doing that if possible, because that self-sacrifice attack really hurts.
I summon thee.
Forced self-sacrifice, that is. It's called Armed and Ready, by the way. Oh, there's Akasha Arts. Okay, Thor is immune to this.
Someone help Mitsuru-senpai!
But it is a
Mitsuru-senpai is seriously hurt.
very, very powerful attack. And, yeah, that is a very, very high tier move on Personas now. I wonder if... Let's see. Do I trust Yukari? Okay, I'm going to trust in Yukari. But yeah, that hurts a lot. Like, really, really a lot. Like I said, we'll get some Personas with that really late in the game, but please use Mediarama.
Hang in there.
Why didn't you use Mediarama? You have Mediarama, you should have Mediarama. Why are you not using it? You're being stupid. I should not have trusted in Yukari. I was a fool to do so because the AI in this game is dumb. Oh, yeah, that freeze did absolutely nothing. And please hit Gary soon. Nope, that's bad. Yeah, that is painful. Maybe I should drop a bead soon. I might drop a bead soon, actually. But I'm not going to waste my power charge just yet. Yeah, without the attack boost, that did a lot less.
I can do it.
Yukari, I think I really need to drop a bead. This is getting really, really annoying, actually. Why aren't you healing everyone? Okay, it's almost half down. And it's summoning again. Great, I think I need to waste my turn killing this thing, because I really don't want it to get a self-destruct off. Because that is very bad. I should mention that in my practice run, this thing summoned pretty much every single turn, and almost never got a in fact, it literally never used Akasha Arts. So, for those of you saying that I have all the luck with Tartarus bosses, well, I got a crit there, but anyway. Yeah, I had most of my luck off camera that time. Because, yeah, I never even saw Akasha Arts.
I summon thee.
Now that I said that, it's going to use Akasha Arts again, isn't it? Okay, it's actually going pretty well. Nope, it's summoning. That's good. I like it when it summons. Okay, there is a Maya, and... yeah, I think I'm going to continue with vicious striking. Yeah, oh, that thing is not actually dead yet. Please kill it. Thank you. Oh, that's nice. That's a one more. Yeah, those things have really terrible defense rules on it, so you can kill them pretty quickly, but you really need to, because otherwise it will force them to self-destruct.
Obey my command.
Okay, so say it should be going back into the air soon, but instead it's content to just keep spamming this summon. It tends to go back into the air at least once more in the fight. Now, is this going to kill it, or is this going to leave it on really low HP again? It left it on really low HP again! And that was not a crit that time.
Hang in there.
Okay, good. Keep on healing. I've noticed that Junpei isn't using his skills, he's mostly just using standard attacks. I mean, his standard attacks are pretty good, but still. Oh, there it is. Please hit Gary's too, because it's where... Yes! I love that so much. Yeah, in my first playthrough, I remember the first time that I did that, that was just always just so hilarious, because like this giant hand just comes out, and Thor's just like, nope! Yeah, that's just always pretty amazing, and because of that, because you totally wasted your turn, I'm gonna go ahead and Mataru everyone again. Yeah, so, I don't know, it's kind of a silly thing, but I always love it when that happens. Just like... completely denied. The most powerful strike attack in the game. Nope, nothing. 0. You really should be going back into the sky soon.
The enemy is weak. Keep it up.
It's still summoning. Oh wait, no, this is different. So, when it slams the ground when summoning, it summons the statues again. And that means it's going to continue being its cowardly self and go back into the air.
You can't attack it when it's hovering.
Yeah, we kind of figured that. So yeah, once again, continues to summon minions to sacrifice themselves rather than fight us on even terms. In fact, I think this should get rid of them in one shot. I'm not really going to be bothered scanning them. They all use the higher tier elemental spells of their elements, and they're all immune to their particular element. Yep, down you go again. That someone didn't do much, did it?
The enemy's down. Let's finish this. You'll fall by my
I don't think it will quite fall by your hand just yet, but it almost will. We're almost there, actually. Wow, that was a good all-out attack. Oh! That was... I mean, I don't know how you can do that, but apparently you can.
I summon thee.
This will not quite be falling by your hand, but it's nearly there. Okay, there that is. Oh, that's bad. Ooh. It'd be so funny that if I had my own God's hand, but I do not, unfortunately. Do I try and help Junpei, or do... Well, actually, that got him to stand back up, so... Anyway, I can probably finish this pretty quickly. That's got a high critical rate, but I kind of like Mitsuru to get the finishing blow, but I'm going to try this anyway. Oh, yeah, that's the critical, of course. Not really all that bad of a fight if you approach it right, and having Thor really helps, because yeah, that God's Hand, you saw how much that does. You're going to be losing at least 2/3 of your health with one hit from that, and yeah, not good, but massive amounts of experience. So that's awesome. And we get a level up for Kali, which gets us high counter, which would have actually been pretty cool in that fight. And Growth 1 is totally redundant with Growth 3, so let's get rid of that. And Titania, I was wondering when Titania would level up. Doesn't have Ice Amp just yet. But with that, the reverse Hangman falls.
Is it over?
Operation completed. Or should I say, mission complete.
Yes, it's finally over.
I believe a celebration is in order.
This reminds me of one of Jugger's quotes in the DS Advance Wars. Victory, downloading party hats.
What will be our victory cheer?
Can we go home now? I like to treat this moment mostly seriously.
1, 2, 3. Hip hip, hooray.
But having that said in monotone is pretty great too. And then...
What was that?
And then no one. It's like, so wait, we're going on 3 or we're going on 1, 2, 3, then hip hip hooray, or then... Those always get confusing.
So, Senpai, you're gonna throw us a party tomorrow, right?
You don't waste any time, do you? Well, I suppose I could arrange for it.
Ooh, in that case, how about sushi?
Sushi, huh? Yeah, it's been a while. Well, I've got dibs on the halibut and sea urchin.
Oh, then I call the fatty tuna. We're divvying it up already? In that case, save me the salmon roe.
You know, wait, since Junpei was the one who suggested this, shouldn't he get first dibs?
Hey, wait a minute. You can't do that.
I reserve the shrimp, squid, scallops, and sea eel.
Hey, that's not fair. You don't even eat.
You should all be ashamed of yourselves, fighting over sushi. Senpai, please order tamago for me. They say you can tell a chef's skill by how he prepares eggs.
Of course, says, you're all pretty stupid fighting over sushi, and then immediately fights over sushi.
How old are you again?
Okay, I'll have the very best delivered tomorrow.
Once again, rich friend benefits.
For real? Oh man, it's great to be alive.
Don't get too excited, Junpei. You're getting the leftovers.
What? Well, but it was my idea in the first place.
And once again, picking on Junpei. For old time's sake, I guess.
I guess it's time to say goodbye to the dark hour.
Yeah, goodbye, weird, creepy blood everywhere, and green tints and giant moon.
Even though it seemed like a curse. For some reason, I'm reluctant to let it go.
Well, we did have a lot of fun experiences here, and we made a lot of new friends.
Yeah.
We really did it, didn't we?
Yes, we saved the world, even if no one knows it.
Just like the hero of Shadow, I guess. Which kind of makes sense in this context. Finally comes to an end.
Good morning.